5015 Turney Road in the 1111 Lounge. Tonight we are having another interview with Jim Feeney, the mayor candidate for Garfield Heights. And it's coming up on election time. I'm so excited for you. And go ahead and make your speech. Oh, wait a minute, real quick. I'm sorry. I need to make my disclosure. My disclosure is that I do not endorse anybody that I interview. The interview is a free platform for people to voice their opinions and also be put on social media. All right, so go ahead.
Okay, I want to say a little statement before we begin our questions. Before we begin our interview tonight, I want to take a moment to do something that has become far too rare in politics today. And that's to express genuine gratitude. Too often candidates move from one event to another, always talking about what they want to do or what needs to be changed. But they forget to stop and recognize the people who help them get to where they are. So tonight, before anything else, I want to say thank you. First and foremost, I want to thank my wife, Hazel Robles Feeney. Hazel, you have been the foundation to every up and down in this journey. You stood by me when the road wasn't easy, when the days were long, when the nights were even longer. You believed in me even when I had moments of doubt. Your love, your strength, and your patience mean the world to me. Everything I do knowing you're by my side. I could never thank you enough for that. I also want to thank Vanessa O'Malley, Melinda Chrisman, and former Ward 3 Councilman Mike Nananovich, Pastor Pam. Each of you have been an important part of this journey, offering support, guidance, and friendship when it was needed most. You've given me honest advice, shared experience, and helped keep me focused on why I started this in the first place, the people of Garfield Heights. To Matthew Beedling, thank you for stepping up and standing beside this campaign with your time, your energy, and your belief that together we can make Garfield Heights a stronger, safer, and more united community. To Lamar, the owner of the new improved 1111 Lounge, for inviting me here to host my many meet and greet events. Also, Bonkers, Mad Mike's, Dunkin' Donuts, and my favorite coffee place, McDonald's. All of those places for opening your doors and allowing me to host my meetings at your establishments. I also want to take a moment to thank my incredible endorsers, because each of you has shown faith not only in me, but in the vision of what this community has become. To Room to Bloom Flower Shop, Woodward Beverage, Mario's Barbershop, the Northeast Ohio Conservative Group, Ward 4 Council candidate John Jones, Garfield Heights School Board candidate Mitchell Dudley, the Trash Boys, Cleveland mayoral candidate Laverne Jones Gore, Marvetta Rutherford of Garden Hood Enterprise. Your encouragement and public support mean more than you ever know. You all show what it means when local businesses, community leaders, and everyday people come together for a common cause to see Garfield Heights rise and thrive again. And finally, I want to give a special thanks to Stella Lewis of Stella Girl Enterprise. Stella, thank you for not just interviewing me tonight, for giving me the opportunity, a platform where real conversation happens. You created a space where voices are heard, truth is spoken, and ideas can grow. I am deeply honored to sit here with you tonight and share this moment.
Yes, sir.
When I look back at how far this campaign has come, the early mornings, the long nights, the meetings, the conversations with residents on their porches, I am reminded this isn't just one person running for office. It's about all of us. It's about the people who still believe that Garfield Heights can be the kind of city where families feel safe, where young people have opportunities, and where neighbors still look out for one another. So before we get into tonight's questions, I want everyone watching or listening to know I am grateful, truly grateful, for every person who has walked with me, prayed with me, and believed in what we're trying to accomplish together. Thank you from the bottom of my heart and for helping me to get to this point.
All right. There it is, y'all. There it is. Well, I'm glad that you reached back out to me. I wasn't expecting it, but I really appreciate it so very much. And at the end of the day, we are here to go over some of your plans and how we're going to go forward. In the questions that you had sent, there were some of your plans. The things I picked out, a few of the things that I felt people wanted to know more about. And I'm going to start off with your transparency.
Yes.
So with the transparency, you have a lot of different things that's coming out. So with the accountability, a lot of, we all know the politicians make their statements on what they're going to do. Because we talked about this before, how, you don't really know what you can do until you're in the seat.
Correct.
So how is that going to work out for you with the transparency? What exactly happens?
Well, first of all, to understand what's going on, you have to first admit we have problems. And I've said this from day one. Mm-hmm. Okay, to be a true leader, you have to admit we have a problem in our community. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Okay, and until we have a mayor in this community or in any community, you have to admit we have problems like crime problems, right, juvenile problems. And until you admit we have those problems, nothing can get fixed.
Right.
Okay, that's the biggest step, is to admit you have a problem. Mm-hmm. So once you admit that problem is there, once we get an administration that's willing to admit we have that problem, then you can form committees to solve those problems. Okay, perfect example. I was at McDonald's having coffee last week. Mm-hmm. Approximately 70 to 80 juveniles were in the parking lot causing a disturbance. Mm-hmm. Not one thing was said by the administration about this problem. The police were there, though. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Okay, they came out their cars with the paintball guns.
Wow.
Okay, the owner of McDonald's was there. Mm-hmm. Okay, they had to call the police. Nothing was said. Nothing was done. Nothing on social media was even mentioned. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Nobody wants to admit we have these problems. So once I become mayor, I know we have these problems. So I have to form a committee to implement a plan of getting these juveniles off the streets, to give them something else to do. Mm-hmm. Right now, they have nothing to do. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All they have is a basketball court to look forward to. And the juveniles I talk to, they want something else but basketball.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because now it's a digital age, and they want to know more about doing stuff like this. And they also want to know some other things that they can do. Like you said, the graphics, the videos and stuff like that. They like getting into those things. And the other part is, in going forward, I wanted to ask, I noticed that there is one camera over there in Speedway. Will there be more cameras, or are there cameras you just don't see? The one that's in the parking lot?
The one that's in the parking lot is owned by Speedway.
Oh, okay.
That is not owned by the city. The city has cameras on the main roads.
Okay.
Turney, Rockside, the Boulevard, they have it like that. Under my administration, I want to get grant money and start putting cameras on side streets. Yeah. And start with the streets that have the most amount of calls for troubles. Yeah. Okay. Perfect example. Yesterday, we had 2 shots fired calls on 2 different streets. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. One on Thornhurst, one on 106th and Edge Park area. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Okay. So if, let's say, for an example, if those calls happen, let's say, in a month or 6-month period on 106 several times in that monthly period, I would look into putting cameras in that area.
Yeah.
okay, for increased security and safety for those residents. So I want to increase the cameras for surveillance in those streets that have the most trouble, the most trouble calls.
Right.
That's what's got to start.
Right.
And you have to have an administration that wants to dig deep and dive into it. And it all starts to admitting you have a problem.
Right. Right.
And that's where it starts. You have to admit this. And until you do that, it's never going to solve any problems. And we have to do that. We have to start somewhere.
Yeah. So along with that, since we're on that subject, it's also regarding. We talked about the abandoned housing.
Yes.
We talked about stuff like that. So were any of that a cause for some of the vandalism and stuff like that? Is that getting better? Because I know it was a little rough there for a minute with some of the empty houses, people just renting just to anyone. Anybody needs a rental, someplace to live, but at the same time, it was more so people just didn't care who they got their money from.
Right. Well, with my building department, right now, our building department, let's say for me, from where I live, for an example, we have a guy renting out the house that's never been inspected.
What? Oh, I'm sorry.
They got a renters. They got a permit to rent the house,
Right,
but it's
right.
never been inspected.
But okay.
Exactly. I'm speechless too.
Right. It's like, how do you do that?
Okay. Exactly. Okay. So we have to dig deep and find out what is going on with the building department. These houses that are being rented out or being sold, we have to find out what the laws are on rental properties. And we have to hold everybody accountable. Accountability is very important in this city. Okay, if you're buying a home in this city, okay, and especially lifelong residents, the city seems to be more strict on the lifelong residents who've been here 20, 30, 40 years to maintain their homes than people who just started coming in here buying homes. It seems like they could come in here, buy a home, and the city turns a blind eye.
Yeah.
As compared to the residents who are lifelong residents. They're real strict on that. We have neighbors who have grass and trees that are really overgrown, and it seems like it takes forever to get them sited or get them chopped down. And the building department really needs to be looked into. There's got to be something that has to be done.
Yeah. I agree.
And it's hard to get answers because I have to be in the office to get there.
Right. No, I get it.
Answers.
Right. That's my point. It's like we can say what we want, but until you get in there, it's like.
Perfect example. There was a house, I believe it was on 102nd or 104th down the street, one with the broken stairs.
Okay.
And on Grace Avenue?
Grace and 105th for 5 years.
For 5 years.
Wow.
For 5 years, it's been overlooked. And now that election year comes, it seems like the administration's paying attention. It shouldn't be like that. Once every 4 years, you pay attention.
Right.
So you have to pay attention every week. You have to pay attention monthly. This has to be done all the time, not just because it's an election year.
Right.
I drive around this city constantly, and I'm not a building inspector. I don't know what the codes are and stuff, but I could pinpoint houses that I know that are in violation. And I could tell you that when you're campaigning and you're walking across the porch to knock on somebody's door and the floor is buckling in, something's wrong with that house.
Right. I get it. So my next thing you have here is regarding the smart solutions to reduce the city debt. So in doing that, what's the plan?
Let me see which one that is.
It's that one. That one.
Interns.
Oh, that one. Oh,
that sounds like something I was trying
I love
to do
this
a long
one.
time ago.
I want to reach out to the college kids and bring them in for internships.
Remember that one, Chelsea?
I think, especially with the high school kids, if you could educate our kids to, let's say, work in the service department and teach them a skill. Okay, because that's to teach a kid a skill nowadays it's like a trade that they can move and they can grow with. So if we can work with the high school and say if we could have the kids come work with our, let's say, service department or building department and learn a trade over the summer, can possibly apply that towards their high school credits. If that's possible, then you're teaching this kid a trade, which is, important in life.
Right.
And then when they graduate, they have a future now. They learn something, whether it's working in the building department as an inspector, or whether it's working in a service garage, whether it's learning how to change oil, work on engines, anything.
And that's what I think that's what we've lost so much of through the years.
Yes.
Because kids want to pick what they want to do. They don't want to be thrown into something and then be like, I'm not going because I don't even like that class. You know what I'm saying? So that right there is like something I've really wanted to work on myself in another situation. But that's something that I feel is excellent, because our kids do need to have a skill. They need all of those things, culinary arts, any of those things that would help, like you had HVAC, any of that would help out a lot.
I mean, when I was younger, I worked with my brother-in-law in an oil refinery downtown Cleveland, and he taught me how to do diesel mechanic work. And by the time I was a senior in high school, I learned how to take an engine out of a semi-truck and transmissions out of a semi-truck.
Wow.
By the time I was a senior in high school, and I started when I was a freshman. So in 4 years, I learned this just by going up there and learning how to do it after school. So if we could teach these kids in high school this kind of a trade, this kind of a skill, when they graduate from high school, they might go to like an Ohio diesel tech or go to a school to get a degree. And you're helping them build themselves a future.
Right.
And plus you're taking them off the street during the summer from causing problems.
Right. And giving them confidence that they can.
And it's a win-win. And plus when our daughter was doing her senior project for collegers, she worked with McDonald's over the summer. So if we could get college kids to intern for our city, okay, they're earning their college credits, which is free. So you could get them to work in our law department, our finance department, or whatever we need. And you're helping the college kid out, and it's free.
Right.
So you're helping the cities are winning, the college kids getting their college. It's a win-win for everybody.
Right, for everybody. You are correct. Because that's something, like I said, our kids, they really don't have something that they could look forward to, because there's nothing in place for them when they get there. It's like they just tell them, go to college. For what?
Yes.
what am I doing? You know?
And you're teaching them a valuable trade.
Yes, something they can take anywhere with them. Anywhere with them.
Exactly.
So the other thing that I see your recreation thing. So what are we doing with that? And then I'll come to my last thing.
My ultimate goal with the rec department, everybody knows I'm passionate about our seniors. I really want to develop a senior program to where they could use the pool all year round. My ultimate goal is to look for a way to dome our pool in so we could use it during wintertime.
Yes.
That is my ultimate goal, to find the funding and find a way to dome our swimming pool. We have a valuable swimming pool to where to me, it's priceless if you use it the right way. If we could find a way to dome that pool, our seniors could use it, and everybody else could use it in the community during the wintertime. Seniors, I want to be able to put on like an aquatic therapy program for the seniors.
Yes.
When I've had my back surgeries, I went through aquatic therapy through the Cleveland Clinic Sports Therapy Program.
Yes, I love it.
It's a fantastic thing to go through.
I've done it, so I know it's a wonderful thing.
And this would benefit people, especially seniors. A lot of seniors are not mobile. They could use this. So this is my ultimate goal for Garfield Heights.
That's
to find a way to dome that pool that we could use it all year round. Extend the hours. Our hours for the pool are too short. I want to be able to extend it, open it up earlier, keep it open later. Have family swim time with families. Get together. We don't have enough family time in this city. Too many times families are not brought together.
Well, you know what that's all about. So that ties into the next question, because right now we really don't have time. Everybody is working, and it's like by the time they do spend time with the kids, it's either going to the movies so they can relax while they're in the movie with the kids or stuff like that. It's like the exercise part or the swimming part or anything like that. They don't have enough time to do it. So with me saying that was coming into the next part where we were talking about the kids being out here and doing criminal stuff and this, that, and the other. So you were saying that you want to make the parents accountable.
Yes.
Do you have an age range for that? And I'll tell you my reason why for asking that.
I believe, according to Ohio, anybody under the age of 18 is the parents are responsible for.
Okay.
So now I was raised the youngest of 11. Let me give you a little story here. And my dad worked 2 jobs, and my mom pretty much raised us. And anytime we got out of line, we paid the price. So I know what it's like to have a single parent, so to speak. Because my dad worked 2 jobs. He didn't have time. He worked 6, 7 days a week sometimes. So dad was hardly ever around. So mom pretty much raised us. So I understand when people say as a single parent, you know, you work 2 jobs and it's hard and stuff like that. I understand. But parents have to take accountability. You got to be accountable. Okay.
I get that.
But with the right leadership and the right people in a committee to put groups together to get kids active and give them something to do, you could avoid the trouble that they're causing in the city.
I agree with that.
If I could get together with the right people and the right businesses and get the grant money we need, I could put my juvenile program together and get these kids off the streets. That's the biggest thing. You got to occupy their minds. They have nothing to do. Way back in the day when my son was younger, I don't want to say way back, but when my son was younger and when my daughter was younger, we had baseball, we had softball, we had other things to occupy these kids' time. We have nothing now. So our current administration gives them a basketball court. He thinks that's all they want to do. Here, this will keep them happy. There has been more problems with that basketball court since it's been built. And I live right around the corner from there. I know, I see the problems. They want more. A basketball court is not the only answer. You have to give them something else to occupy their minds. Because on a basketball court, you got 3 courts. That's what, 5 on 5. So
yeah,
you know,
they have 30 people.
Yeah, so that's all you can get. These kids want more. With my juvenile program, I could give them more. I could give them the responsibility and the respect that they want. And that's all they need.
And they do want the respect.
Yes, you treat them like young adults. You don't. You talk to them. You don't talk at them. And there's a big difference. A lot of people don't understand that.
Right.
They want to be talked to, not talked at.
That is correct. That is correct. Well, you guys, we are coming up on that 30 to 40 minutes. And I want to thank you so very much for taking out this time. Was there anything else you wanna close with?
All I want to close with is saying, Garfield Heights residents, the voters, November 4th is an important day. It's a time for change in Garfield Heights. Come on out. Whoever you vote for is your own personal business. I'm not going to tell you. But if you see fit, vote for James Feeney on November 4th. Thank you very much.
All right, y'all. Cellar Girl is always someplace all the time, and the night was with Brother Jim of Feeney. He was in the house here at 1111 Lounge, 5015 Turney Road in Garfield Heights. Remember, voting day, election day is on November 4th, and come out and vote. Thank you so very much, and thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right. Have a good one. Thank you. Thank you. I didn't go in that direction. There was too much talk with that. And I didn't want to get in the middle of that.
Oh, yeah, it is.